Spectrum News.
And we're now less than 3 months away from Election Day, and a new UC Berkeley IGS poll out today shows Democrat Javier Becerra leading the California.
We gotta get to GM, guys. Let's see if we can get to GM.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
The higher the pressure, the more dazzling the diamond.
Now, who am I gonna banish from
Emma.
this match? You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Escape pod ready. Opening
How delightfully
30
unfair.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
That hood of yours. Any interest in selling it?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
This looks like a gig for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Someone scratch my back. Some assistance, please.
Coming in fast.
Too easy. Too easy.
Get that vehicle to its destination.
Oh, fine. Thank you.
Let's destroy. Poison.
Team player, that's me.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Where do I hit next? I'm taking requests.
Oh my god. I'm dying.
It's up to us to safely deliver this essence and prevent Null's rise. Victoria, Shiva!
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Diamond and Snow!
I am ready to put on a show.
Second chance is over. Piece of cake. Time to show Norm who's really in charge. So, looky here.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
I see you've been taking my lessons to heart, Magic. Bravo!
Where do I hit next? I'm taking requests. Someone's gunning for us. Some assistance, please.
That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
This game remember.
Headed beneath the surface.
I suppose that helps.
Heads on a swivel. One step closer to saving the world.
So close. This is your big chance.
Someone shooting from afar. Coward.
More bad guys. Just what we need.
to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference.
The higher the pressure, the more dazzling the diamond. How delightfully on brand.
Nor are their tastes quite so refined.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
Well, well, look who's back to save the entire Flarkin universe.
You say that as if it's a bad thing.
Did I? I guess sarcasm is my default setting. You are gonna save the universe, though, right?
No.
Lord, by the way, shit, am I
Battle
mom?
starts in 5, 4,
What do you mean by that? What do you
3,
mean by that,
2,
bro?
1. You have to stop
Hot?
them from securing the
What?
mission area.
Heroes had your chance to
Oh, what is this guy into, bro? This guy just some crazy stuff. Oh, my ears itchy, bro. Like, I'm trying to, like, it's crazy itchy.
feeling exposed.
He ran into that, by the way. Okay. Oh, but I mean, Rez. W team. We might easily get this. Let's get this. Let's get this. Doggy's dancing.
I'll patch you up.
Emma Frost never surrenders.
Some assistance, please.
I won't turn down extra protection.
Got one in my sight. Here they come. It's clobbering time!
What were you thinking?
Someone scratch my back.
Again!
I suppose that helps.
Someone's pulling my brakes.
Only 60 seconds left.
Well, looky here.
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
That was fine.
Down to 30 seconds.
Face oblivion!
The final 10 seconds!
Pulse charge, fire!
Final score, 3, 2, 0. Another epic victory! They win! Chicken. Ooh! Chicken. 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 Which hero do you think you want to be today?
The higher the pressure, the more dazzling the diamond.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match? You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
And make this next record diamond, Luna.
Be strong together. 30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Your ceremonial garb is truly stunning. A perfect look for this year's Hellfire Gala.
I did not travel between dimensions to dance. I came to fight.
Don't worry. The Gala always has plenty of chances for both.
Then perhaps...
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Different battlefield, same war.
Ow! That fucking hurt!
That one hurts. A nice deep freeze.
I was fine, but thank you.
I'll patch you up.
Clear the way. A nice deep freeze. I don't have to be center stage.
I suppose that helped. The Crucier.
Help get that vehicle to its destination. Oh, snap!
Get out of here!
Hunting doesn't break.
Your feast has come to an end.
Looks like I'll be in more people now, Magneto. I was fine, but thank you.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Nasty.
I suck. I should be singing. Watch me soar! Typhoon!
Yo soy el final.
This is real firepower!
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Emma Frost,
The
no.
vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum. That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way. Release the launcher! Pure chaos! Double KO!
That was making me angrier.
Yo soy el final. Magneto.
Watch me soar! I am ready to put on a show!
Hunting doesn't break for war.
You're amazing. I wish I could do what you do.
It is your part.
Please. It's the grand finale. I'm hurt. The current score is 3-2-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference.
The higher the pressure, the more dazzling the diamond.
Round two.
Let's set aside our differences and make this next record diamond, Luna.
Step aside.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
A symbiote? I hate these fucking things. Fine. Try not to drip any protoplasm on it. I just washed my fur.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Stand back and let the White Queen show you how it's done. I suppose that helped.
What do I do for an encore? Snowball fight. Go team
My good deed for the day.
I was fine. Thank you.
See them? Right there. A nice deep freeze.
Come to an end.
It's okay. You need me.
You made your last mistake.
I got you.
Deed for the day.
Bad choices have bad consequences.
I'll patch you up.
I was fine, but thank you. Now's the part where you thank me.
Judge, jury, executioner!
You're welcome.
I suppose that helps.
You need me. I suck.
Down and out.
Only 60 seconds left. I'm hurt.
I'm bad. And now there's hellfire to pay. Just leave it to me.
Down to 30 seconds. 10 seconds!
Hey, Teeny! Enjoy the amplifier!
Final score, 3, 2, 0. Another epic victory! Big win!
Yeah? Mhm. 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 Oh, I look it up. Well, I trust her, so check and look it up. Ooh. Mhm. Wait, what? Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty small room. I do get full bars. Yeah. Yeah. I just need like an Ethernet cord now so I can make it steady. Ethernet cord. Love you too. I'll talk to you later. Yeah.
Which hero do you think you want to be today?
The higher the pressure, the more dazzling the diamond.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match? You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
How delightfully on brand.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
A powerful warrior woman such as yourself would be revered in heaven.
I appreciate that. Maybe the Fantastic Four will have to pay your home realm a visit.
It would be best to come alone. Men are not welcome where I come from.
It has been a while since I've done
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hell yeah.
We've got trouble.
I am wily, unreliable, addictive, and yet render me assistance.
Onward! Your mind is lost! Invisible? I suppose that helps. robot to Avengers Tower. I suppose that helps.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Anyone willing to help?
All they did was make me angrier.
The Tower of Midgard's hero looms ahead. We must reach it.
Get that vehicle moving again.
They have been seen and they will... I enjoy that.
As if I wasn't strong enough.
Avengers
Us against the world.
Anyone willing to help?
Disappear.
Emma Frost never surrenders.
Only 60 seconds left.
Get ready.
Down to 30 seconds. Almost there. Don't turn back now. Final 10 seconds. Nowhere yet. Going to overtime.
Don't mess with the Amazing Spider-Man!
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Getting this robot to Avengers Tower should be simple enough. I was fine. Thank you.
Shields are down.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Us against the world!
him. Another epic victory! Big win! chicka.
Among those at the rally was Myra Morales, who says her husband was unjustly detained by ICE earlier this year while working at an LA car wash.
Because I feel that if you're working, that doesn't make you a criminal.
This hearing is part of a larger fight over immigration arrests advocacy groups argue are illegal, especially after the Supreme Court ruled last year that a person's appearance, language, or work environment can serve as factors for suspicion of non-citizenship. The federal judge heard arguments from both sides, including from Myra Joaquin, senior staff attorney with the ACLU.
We are asking the court to issue an order that bars federal agents from arresting individuals in this district without conducting the requisite escapist analysis. It's significant because we know that the government's policy is to arrest as many individuals as possible without asking any questions.
Attorneys for the United States argued that agents have conducted an escape risk assessment in majority of cases, and that lack of documentation doesn't mean one wasn't done. As the Trump administration continues its immigration agenda, a notice published this week reveals ICE plans to spend $10 to $20 million on generated low output voltage emitters, or GLOVE, which are gloves shown in use here in a demonstration by the manufacturer. The gloves can send painful electric shocks and are intended to help law enforcement gain compliance. This is something Myra feels goes too far.
Me siento triste porque no somos delincuentes. We're not criminals. I can't believe that they're willing to treat us as less than human beings. You shouldn't even treat animals this way.
DHS wrote in a statement, in part, quote, ICE is constantly assessing the needs of our officers in the field to ensure they have the tools and equipment necessary to safely arrest and remove criminal illegal aliens from our country. Back at the courthouse, advocacy groups say they're optimistic the judge will grant a preliminary injunction, temporarily stopping warrantless arrests without a risk assessment. Myra says she wants justice.
She wants workers to stop being detained just for simply working.
Attorneys say they are expecting a final ruling soon, but it may take a couple of weeks.
Now, Parker, while we may not have a final ruling for a couple of weeks, that attorney that we spoke with from ACLU says she's optimistic that the judge will rule in their favor. One advocacy group went as far as saying they feel confident that they will get that preliminary injunction. Parker?
Marissa, could you talk a little bit more about that with the people you're talking to and interviewing? Why are they feeling optimistic? What could the judge do next?
Yeah, Parker, so many are feeling this optimism or confidence based on a tentative ruling that the judge gave that seems to point that she will grant a preliminary injunction, though while being in court today, it seems that she may not give certain additions that these local advocacy groups want.
Marissa Rio reporting for us in downtown. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at some of the other top stories you need to know about right now. A federal judge blocked the Trump administration from taking over federal funding for homelessness programs in LA County. The judge found that the Department of Housing and Urban Development acted arbitrarily and capriciously when it suspended the LA Homeless Services Authority from managing federal homelessness funds. The ruling restores LAHSA's authority to apply for $240 million in funds. A new report from the Labor Department shows wholesale inflation eased slightly in July. Prices for businesses were unchanged from June and up 4.7% from a year prior. Economists had expected nearly 5% wholesale inflation. In a report yesterday, the Labor Department said consumer prices also eased last month, largely due to falling gas prices. And we are working on a bunch of other developing stories for you this Thursday night, including how El Nino is leading to an increase of stingray incidents along the Southern California coast. Nikki Kay joins us now with a preview on that.
That's
That's right, Parker. Well, if you've been to a beach during the summer months, you know the Stingray Shuffle is the advised way to safely enter and exit the water. Coming up, I'm going to tell you why it's more prevalent now than ever right after this.
The only podcast where it's showtime all the time. The Lake Show Podcast, a weekly conversation about the Los Angeles Lakers. Watch or listen on the Lake Show Podcast YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hear that? That's a win for cancer. So is this. Look at him. That's a victory squeeze. This is the hope made real at City of Hope. A team of more than 2,000 cancer experts focused only on the discoveries, treatments, and innovations that turn research into breakthroughs, and breakthroughs into superior outcomes, leading the world to more victories like this.
In a world where you're ready for a rewatch or a new discovery,
Let's saddle up.
Spectrum TV puts you in the driver's seat. Delivering explosive action. Mind blown. Unconventional heroes. Whoa. Like, really, really unconventional heroes.
Hi.
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 And those moments that make you say,
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening!
with Spectrum TV, you get the hottest streaming apps included at no extra cost with live TV. So whether you've streamed it before,
Welcome to Survivor 50.
or you're streaming it for the first time,
Yes, indeed.
buckle up for the best in entertainment and experience the thrill of the familiar with Spectrum TV.
All right, Tom Labs here over Mount Wilson, looking out towards the basin. Shows, yeah, we had a day filled with clouds. Not completely cloudy in some spots. Most of that filtered sunshine, or we'll call it partly sunny. Enough sunshine to come through the day. It still warms up. Okay, but overall, it's much cooler than it has been. All right, good Thursday to you. Meteorologist Robert Santos here, taking a look at the weather on the ones, and we'll see just how temperatures, how much longer they're going to be below average before they start to go up, right? Because what comes down has to go back up, and vice versa. And we have definitely been above average for multiple weeks for many places, and it's a nice little break that we're experiencing now. And now, cool down compliments of, yes, some of the cloud cover, but more of an onshore flow. Basically, Mother Nature's AC turning on a little bit more, and so that's pushing it across the area. For those of you along the coast, you just open up those windows, get that cross ventilation going, and you'll feel some of that cool air for the evening. And for the inland areas as well, you'll be feeling that. Now, you hear satellite radar, you see the clouds. Now, there are thunderstorms all across up in Northern California, pushing across the state line. And so, yes, we still have some monsoon storms, but for us, we turned that down a lot more today as that ridge of high pressure started to move east. So you can see here for the last 7 days how the temperatures went up over last weekend, and then I mentioned how this week was going to begin to cool down, and we started to feel that yesterday, and then more so today, and Long Beach as well. We went from the 90s over the weekend down into the 80s this weekend. So everybody enjoying a gradual drop in temperatures each day. Here's how we'll start off our Friday. Fullerton, we'll go cloudy to start, and then we'll go low 80s with some sunshine for the afternoon. Temperatures, yes, they'll be warm, but they're going to be a lot more manageable, right? They're not going to be much hotter like in the upper 90s that we had in a lot of our inland empires. So temperatures falling below average, very close to average in downtown LA. San Fernando Valley, here's your extended forecast. Enjoy the 80s Friday, Saturday, below the average of upper 80s, and then we'll have more 90s coming. So, yes, we'll get back to average Sunday into next week. At the coast, we'll get more widespread 80s starting early Monday and to Thursday. Stingray incidents are spiking thanks to a marine heat wave that's brought more swimmers and surfers to our coast. With the arrival of an El Nino, the ocean is expected to warm even further, drawing more and more rays to the shore. Nikki Kay joins us now live from Seal Beach with what people need to know for how they should deal with this kind of thing. Nikki.
That's right, Parker. As you mentioned, a marine heat wave is appealing for us as humans, but it's also prime conditions for marine life, like stingrays, especially at a place like Ray Bay, which is where I'm at Seal Beach right now, and it's actually near a power plant, which already creates unnaturally warm waters. But when you factor in an El Nino year, those temps are increasing and also creating prime conditions for more stingrays to flock to the sands.
The Stingray Shuffle, or don't even let your feet touch the sand.
The shuffle, yeah, I just try not to, like, as soon as it's deep enough to get on my board, I'll just get on my board.
Bodie Liu has come to surf the Seal Beach spot for 5 years, and he's familiar with the marine life that lives on the ocean floor.
Keep your feet up as much as possible, because they're gonna be there. You just gotta stay away.
Fine sediment and warm water from the nearby power plant makes this a perfect landing spot for stingrays. So much so that this stretch has been named Ray Bay, and it's been that way for 60 years. But even so, Bodie has noticed more rays and more stings this summer.
I've actually been pretty lucky. I haven't gotten stung, but you definitely feel them out there when you're like, you just try not to step on the ground as much as possible.
Chris Lowe, a researcher with Cal State Long Beach's Shark Lab, says that this year the recorded number of stingray thrashings has spiked.
Well, I would say Southern California is the world leader in terms of stingray injuries, mainly because of this species. It's become more abundant. During El Ninos, we get more of them up from the south, and they come closer to shore. So this year, we're expecting record numbers.
Char Miller is an environmental analyst professor with Pomona College.
That we may have an El Nino like what we had in 1950, a long time ago.
He explains what happens in the oceans during El Nino.
When the surface starts warming up, cold water beneath the surface can't well up. It's trapped beneath it. And so when warm waters get warmer, like a thermometer, the sea rises. So what we're looking at in the coming months is the continuation of this process, and the past 2 months have seen incredible heat in the eastern and central Pacific.
He says that the conditions that make this spot a magnet for stingrays aren't necessarily dependent on El Nino, but this winter the weather system will only make it more attractive.
El Nino will exacerbate it. As storms come in, riding warmer waters and elevated sea levels, we're going to see some very powerful winter storms, the likes of which will gnaw away at beaches all over Southern California.
Bodie ultimately says he understands the stingrays.
I mean, it's fun. Like, pretty good conditions in the water. It's warm. Like, I do like the warm water, the same as the stingrays, so it's nice.
Warmer waters coming with underlying implications.
Parker, you know, I'm here at Seal Beach, but in Bolsa Chica and Huntington Beach, they've already reported about 3,100 stingray lashes so far at this point during the year, which is already double what they reported in 2025.
Nikki, I hope this never happens to you, but if it does, if you do get stung, what should you do?
Well, Parker, I was a beach lifeguard growing up, and as we were trained to do so, it's always find the hottest water possible to put the body part affected into. And if you do notice when you are stung here on the beaches, you need to immediately seek out one of your beach lifeguards. They will help you treat it accordingly, but you'll probably observe people on the beaches throughout the next couple of weeks. If they are stung, they've got their feet in a bucket of water.
Good advice from Nikki K live from Seal Beach. Still to come on the Rush Hour, a Dodgers legend is turning the Hollywood Walk of Fame blue today as Oral Hershiser is honored with a star. Taylor Schaub was at the ceremony and joins us now with a preview. What's ahead?
Yeah, hey there, Parker. We've got a massive series of Chavez Ravine tonight. The battle for home field advantage going on. But as you mentioned, Oral Hershiser being immortalized in Hollywood. We'll break down a ceremony that brought everybody to tears.
And now, let's see what's happening in our community. Brought to you by your team at the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie and calljacob.com.
Spectrum News brought to you by Ecola, powerful termite and pest control, gentle as a butterfly. 7 offices across Southern California.
The Paradise Fires destroyed my home and my community. Rebuilding took years. While families were forced to wait, hedge funds and insurance companies who denied claims were paid out hundreds of millions of dollars first. It's wrong. Victims should never be last in line. With new fires devastating our neighbors, lawmakers must act. Stop hedge funds and insurance companies from profiting off of our suffering. Put victims first.
Hurry into the Ram Make This the Summer event for a great American deal. Now get 15% off select Ram 1500 models, plus no payments for 90 days. And get it all backed by America's best powertrain limited warranty. Don't wait. Get a great deal during the Ram Make This the Summer event. Nothing stops Ram.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get 15% below MSRP for an average $13,300 below MSRP on the 2026 Ram 1500 Limited. See your SoCal Ram dealer.
At Spectrum News, we're committed to strengthening the fabric of local communities through our reporting, with stories that inspire and news that matters on your smart TV and connected devices, streaming live 24/7. Plus, on-demand weather forecasts to help you stay prepared. It's all there as you step outside with the Spectrum News mobile app, keeping you informed and in the know throughout your day. Spectrum News, free with your Spectrum subscription, exclusively for Spectrum customers, now available on your favorite devices.
Take a look at this. Some whale watchers getting quite a treat out there just off the coast of Newport Beach on board Davies Locker Whale Watching. You see this number of humpback whales. In fact, Newport Beach has been experiencing nearly 2 straight weeks of humpback whale sightings, including visits from 2 well-known female humpbacks, both returning to Southern California with their new calves. And I'll show more of that, some video coming up in the next half hour. But yeah, it's really nice. Thanks for sharing those photos. And hey, sunshine, you got a lot of it for these whale watching tours. So if you're off from school and work still, check out off the coast of Newport Beach. You can check out some whale watching here, your last activity before your summer vacations officially end. Look at the beach forecast for Friday. We're looking at some low to mid 70s. Air temperatures not too far from there. Low 70s up in Ventura County. We go down into the mid 70s from the south way down into San Diego County. Tomorrow we're going to be kicking off the Manhattan Beach Open, and if you're heading out there, temperatures will be in the 70s. So nothing too hot. You got an onshore flow there, so a nice breeze keeping things from getting too hot. That will go until Sunday. Now, late afternoon temperatures, 80 in Burbank, Palmdale at 85, Ontario at 87, Fullerton at 81. Compared to 24 hours ago, this is cooler by anywhere from 5 to even 9 degrees across the Inland Empire, across the basins, and out in the high desert. So this is a nice change. That ridge of high pressure getting nudged to the east a little bit more and opening the door to more of an onshore flow and bringing in that cooler air and even some windy conditions for parts of our desert communities. Mount Rubidoux Trailhead, there's going to be a warming trend. Today, 86, but Friday and Saturday will go back into the 90s, but at least it's not the triple digits which we had for the last early part of August and much of July. Crystal Cove State Park in the mid-70s. So looking at the 7-day forecast, San Gabriel Valley, hello to all of you out there, where your average is about 95. We'll slowly work our way up there to, on Monday, to 95. And then we'll go upper 90s after that. But yeah, I'm not calling for any triple digits just yet here. LA-NOC Basins, 87 is the average. We'll be below that for tomorrow, Saturday, and then right at average on Sunday. And then it's going to get a little hotter on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for those of you returning back to school anywhere in Southern California. Next half hour, we'll talk about the OC and Inland Empire 7-day forecast.
It is a big day for us here at Spectrum today. Our very own Orel Hershiser got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Hershiser is a Dodgers pitching legend, winning a Cy Young and World Series MVP in 1988. And for the past 10 years, he's covered the team right here on Sportsnet LA. Now his history is forever immortalized on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Taylor Schaub was at today's ceremony. He joins us now live. Taylor, how did it go?
Yeah, hey there, Parker. If I could use one word to sum it up, it would be emotional. Listen, the word family gets tossed around a lot in sports, but for Orel Hershiser and the Dodgers, it could not be more true. He talked about what this organization meant to him, both as a player and as a broadcaster, and also what these fans mean to him every time he walks through these gates.
Proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Orel Hershiser!
On a sidewalk built to immortalize stars, an emotional Orel Hershiser finally got one of his own.
If I could put one more word on that star, it would go above my name. And would it be the word Dodger?
For Dodger fans, Hershiser has never needed a shrine to remind them who he is. They remember 1988, the 59 consecutive scoreless innings, the Cy Young, the World Series MVP, and the man who helped deliver Los Angeles a championship it still talks about to this day.
Orel, he set it up there. He means everything. He brought the championship.
But Thursday, the numbers felt almost secondary. Because standing along Hollywood Boulevard were the people who watched him become a Dodger legend, and the friends who knew him before and after the applause.
I've really kind of figured out that life is a team sport. And so you watch, and you learn, and you listen, and you try, and you fail, and you learn, and then you got a chance to succeed.
Hershiser spent 13 of his 18 Major League seasons in Dodger blue, then found a second act behind the microphone, becoming a voice for another generation of fans.
All he wanted to do was make the team. And he made the team, and he never made it about himself.
Baseball made Orel Hershiser famous. Los Angeles made him family. And now at 6755 Hollywood Boulevard, a piece of his story is literally set in stone.
Well, they say there is no crying in baseball. Orel Hershiser gets a pass today because this was simply an emotional one for him and for his Dodgers family and his actual family.
Taylor, you're at the stadium tonight with the Dodgers getting set to face off against the Brewers. How important is this series?
This is massive, Parker. This is the battle for home field advantage in the National League, and the Dodgers are actually a game behind the Brewers right now. Now, they're coming off a sweep of the Kansas City Royals, which was much needed after that slid after trading for Tarik Skubal, and I can tell you right now, the momentum feels very high. And having covered this team in the last couple of years, when emotional moments like what happened today with Orel Hershiser happen, it gets this entire team engaged. I imagine that this weekend series that started on a Thursday night is going to have the boys in blue ready to go.
Taylor Schaub reporting for us. Thank you. Still to come, we are going one-on-one with the new LAUSD superintendent, talking about everything from new district-wide policies, the budget shortfall, and what it means for educational programs. That's next in the Rush Hour. I'll be right back.
Seeing your business on TV is exciting. It gives your business notice. So advertise your business today with Spectrum Reach and our creative agency, Colonel. From concept to production, lighting, makeup, special effects, commercials for every screen, Colonel has you covered. So take the plunge with Colonel today.
You could be driving down the road, and God forbid something happens to your engine or your transmission. Now you got to figure out how to tow the car, where to tow it to, how much it's going to cost. Whereas you have a company like CarShield back you, and you make a phone call, and everything's taken care of.
So can you walk us through a little bit on like a car breakdown? What happens on the customer side and what you see?
Every day,
At our shop, there's people that just come in bawling their eyes out because their car's warranty just ran out. They got all these new expenses now that they have to pay for. Some of the average cost of repairs, for instance, on a transmission would range anywhere from $3,000 to $7,000. Engines could go anywhere from $5,000 to $14,000, $15,000. If you can get car shield, do it. Don't even think twice. Give them a call, see what you can do to get on that program because it's going to give you peace of mind.
No other company protects drivers like CarShield. All you need to do is call CarShield now before your car breaks down.
CarShield can save you thousands. Just call before a breakdown happens. Call 800-908-2153.
We empower our communities by keeping them informed 24/7. I'm Ann Alvarian, reporter, Spectrum News 1. Always SoCal, always local, always on.
Good evening, I'm Chase Beach. Here's your Spectrum News 1 update. The Justice Department says it has transferred more than 300 undocumented inmates from California jails into federal custody. First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley says the transfers are part of Operation Guardian Angel, a program launched last year to skirt the California's sanctuary state policy. It works by getting federal arrest warrants for immigrants recently arrested by local police departments. Once the federal warrants are issued, local jails are legally required to hand over the undocumented person to the federal government. Two major entertainment unions are pushing California Attorney General Rob Bonta to settle his antitrust lawsuit with Paramount Skydance. The Directors Guild of America and IATSE argue that the prolonged uncertainty over the Warner Brothers Discovery merger is bad for the industry. Bonta recently led a coalition of 12 states to block the merger. Despite fears, first-day attendance at schools in Boyle Heights were strong. The district says 91% of students in the neighborhood attended the first day of school, even though many expressed concerns about the foul odor from the burned-down Lineage Logistics facility. Just this week, Lineage Logistics announced that food waste cleanup at the warehouse had passed 90%. Now here's meteorologist Robert Santos with a look at your weather. Good evening, Robert.
Good evening, Chase. All right, Thursday. Hello to all of you at home. Yeah, we had the clouds sticking around to some degree. You can see right here from our particular Skycam and Westwood Gateway looking down on the 405. If not completely cloudy, more of that filtered sunshine. Now, for the rest of the night, we'll continue to see those clouds around Hacienda Heights, 70s. You notice today, cooler than it has been. And so our evenings will be cooler than it's been as well. Costa Mesa down into the low 70s. I'm expecting some of those clouds to come back in some cases, but potentially some patchy dense fog right around the Temecula Pennant area.
Hundreds of thousands of LAUSD students are making their way back to school this week, and in the new year, students and teachers are seeing some changes, including changes to school policies and programs. Alongside these changes is a new head of LAUSD, that's Superintendent Andres Chait, who joins me now. Thank you so much for being here. I just want to know right off the bat, how did the first day go? Were there any surprises?
You know what? It really went great. We were out as early as 5 in the morning, of course, with our bus drivers, making sure we were ready to welcome our students back. By all accounts, we had a very successful first day of school. Attendance rates were at about where we expected them for the first day. Just really great to see our kids and staff back on campus.
Speaking of attendance rates, I feel like I heard you talking about attendance specifically in the Boyle Heights area, which has been affected by the Lineage warehouse. So can you talk more about that?
Sure. So our attendance rate across the district yesterday was 90 to 91%, but actually in the schools closest to Lineage, it was actually at about 91 to 92%. So we saw an even better rate in that area than for the district as a whole.
So kind of switching gears here into more of a financial side of things, we know the district is in kind of a tight spot when it comes to the budget. What kind of changes are you planning to put into place to avoid a shortfall, and would any of the parents or students notice these changes?
Sure. So as I've said many times to our community, for the school year that just kicked off, folks really won't see just about any differences, particularly at the school site. In fact, in some instances, they might even see additional staff in certain categories. The challenges that we have ahead of us really are in the 27-28 and 28-29 school year. That was done strategically because, of course, it gives us time to advocate for the funding that our schools deserve, and in all clarity and transparency, make some pretty difficult choices around staffing and funding.
Could you talk about, I mean, we know some of the reasons we got here, dipping enrollment, ending of COVID-era funding, things like that. Are there other sources of revenue that you can dip into or apply for?
Sure. So like you said, I mean, a couple of the key factors are that, you know, like many large urban school districts, we've seen a decline in enrollment year over year. We also, the COVID-era funding, the ESSER funds have now expired. What I look at primarily, and I went up to Sacramento a number of times back in April, May, is really not necessarily an additional source of revenue, but the revenue that we're supposed to get, Prop 98. If you look at Prop 98, the governor and folks in Sacramento withheld almost $4 billion in Prop 98 funding for districts as a whole across California. For us alone, for LAUSD, if that withholding were released, that would equate to at least $200 million in additional funding.
When you went up there, did you get an answer on that funding?
So the majority of the answers that we got were around positive fiscal stewardship, making sure that we had reserves available for us in the future. What I would say to that respectfully is that these were dollars generated to serve today's kids, and so therefore they should go to our schools in the immediate rather than in the future.
Well, there's plenty more changes we could talk about. One of them is screen time and devices and technology in the classroom. We know there's a new policy being implemented this year, starting with the youngest students and then phasing up. Can you talk at all about how it's been going so far? Have you seen any kind of maybe pushback?
Well, very early days. The policy was just finalized back in June, and of course today we're only in our second day. For the most part, the reception's been pretty positive. You know, it really is about striking that balance and ensuring that, yes, we use technology thoughtfully and carefully, but that we also ensure that the majority of teaching is being done, of course, by our teachers, by our support staff. The key changes, as you mentioned, are for our youngest learners. For example, our kindergarten students and our first grade students will really have no screen time anymore, other than for specific assessments. And even for second grade and up, there are some restrictions in place now.
We talked about a lot of the changes that parents or students might encounter, but your life has changed pretty significantly. You know, your predecessor resigned, you stepped into this role. How do you see yourself distinguishing your own path from his?
Well, you know, I don't really think of it that way. As someone who's been with the district for 28 years, you know, I started back in '98 as a kindergarten teacher. I see this as a great privilege and honor to be the superintendent. It's obviously a lot of responsibility. My role is to maintain the focus on the schoolhouse, to make sure that the academic achievement that we've seen over the last 3 years continues and, if anything, accelerates.
Do you have a top priority, a top 3 priority that you're wanting to get tackled right away?
Sure. So again, first and foremost, it's the academic piece. You know, when you look at our state testing from last April, May, and the year before, the outcomes that we saw were really and truly unprecedented. We have to make sure that whatever we've been doing to receive those outcomes stays in place. And then second, of course, it is the fiscal reality. It's ensuring that we're doing it in a thoughtful, deliberate way with a lot of community engagement and dialogue.
And I feel like we have to address immigration enforcement that we've been seeing, you know, ramped up across Southern California. What is your policy when it comes to that? How will you handle immigration enforcement activity?
Sure. So in my previous role as the chief of school operations for the district, you know, basically over all of our safety programs, in large part I have to help to develop a lot of our protocols around response to immigration enforcement. Our strategy, our protocols will not change. They will continue to be about ensuring that when our students are on campus, they are safe and secure, and that access to our students is stringently limited. What the majority of parents have told us is that they understand that when kids are on campus, they're safe. The challenge is getting from home to school. So we offer transportation from home to school. We offer safe passage programs. We'll continue to lean in as needed.
LAUSD Superintendent Andres Chait, thank you so much for coming in studio and talking to us on the second day of school.
My pleasure.
Turning now to Washington, the board of the Kennedy Center, the iconic performing arts venue in the nation's capital, is once again trying to put President Donald Trump's name on the building. It's an attempt to circumvent a judge who blocked the board from renaming the center in Trump's honor. Evan Kozov has more from Washington.
For more than 50 years, it was known as the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts, an enduring memorial to the assassinated 35th president. But in December, workers dropped the tarp on a name change after the Kennedy Center board, full of appointees of President Donald Trump, voted to add his name. But this addition was short-lived. In May, a judge ruled that the name was added illegally because only Congress has the authority to change the name. Crowds later cheered as crews removed the president's name from the building. But on Thursday, the center's board moved to put the Trump name back, voting to add an inscription below the main signage reading, "Restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump." The board also voting to move forward with the president's controversial plan to shutter parts of the building for 2 years for renovations. Both of these decisions will need to be reviewed by a federal judge who blocked the initial name change this spring. Congresswoman Joyce Beatty, a Democrat from Ohio, is an ex officio member of the board, and she filed suit late last year to reverse the name change and closure. Writing on Thursday, this latest development is a transparent effort to circumvent the court's ruling and flies in the face of the statutes that Congress passed. I will continue to fight for this treasured national monument. And according to the Washington Post, this renovation plan would cost some $250 million, including for structural repairs, new marble floors, and acoustical improvements. They would also temporarily move the famous 3,000-pound bronze bust of former President Kennedy to another building. In Washington, I'm Evan Kozloff for Spectrum News.
And as we head to break, here's a look out at the 405 through West LA, looking pretty busy as would be expected. Stay with us. The rush hour returns right after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Deals so right, they almost feel wrong. Only at your local SoCal Hyundai dealer.
This is the 2026 Nissan Frontier with a 310 horsepower V6 engine. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get up to $5,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, it can be one of the hardest times of your life. Let us help you through it.
I called the Law Brothers.
I called the Law Brothers right after my accident.
Anytime I needed them, they were there for me, listening to what I had to say.
They in contact with me like every day. They felt like family. And the settlement process, they were great.
I actually felt great about my settlement. It got me the car that I have now.
I would absolutely recommend the Law Brothers to other people.
If you're hurt, 1-800, all twos.
We're the Law Brothers.
On In Focus SoCal, we step back to look at a full range of issues making an impact across our Southern California, with discussions aimed at providing answers from community leaders and industry experts.
What is higher ed preparing our students to do, and is it delivering?
We're here to talk about what matters to you and your community. Welcome to In Focus SoCal, Saturdays at 11 on Spectrum News 1, available on all your favorite devices, exclusively on Spectrum.
This is the 2026 Nissan Frontier with a 310 horsepower V6 engine. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get up to $5,750 total savings on select Frontier trims.
The only podcast where it's showtime all the time. The Lake Show Podcast. A weekly conversation about the Los Angeles Lakers. Watch or listen on the Lake Show Podcast YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.
And time for your weather all at once. Take a look at this amazing humpback whale video. This is just off the coast of Newport Beach. Thanks to the tours that have been going on there. Yeah, Dave's Locker. They've been touring some of the Dave's Locker whale watching. They've been out there and they've had 2 weeks straight of humpback whale sightings, including visits from 2 well-known female humpbacks, both returning to Southern California with new calves. That's the one known as Chompers, because she likes to chomp, and they've been watching her since early 90s. You can see it there, their calf too. There he is, always watch that video, especially in slow-mo. All right, okay, so let's talk about the forecast here for Newport Beach for those of you who might be going whale watching. We're anywhere off the coast, really. We're going to be in the 70s here. And then next week, I'm going for more widespread low 80s out there. So, okay, tonight, upper 60s. You know, when I've been talking about the Hollywood Bowl forecast, it's mainly been in the 70s. So some of you, if you did go, didn't even need a jacket. But now I think some of you might get a little chilly, so just grab it on the way out. All right. for the game. We're looking at upper 60s for later on this evening. Tomorrow, I'm not expecting much change for the game. We're looking at pretty mild temperatures and then getting cool after that for the rest of the evening here at the OC Fair. 70 degrees, the last days of it before it wraps up over the weekend. Tomorrow, it's going to be nice and mild, nothing too hot. And if you're planning to check out the Chargers training camp at the Bolton El Segundo, those temperatures, they're not changing much here. We're going about the mid to upper 70s. So a lot of places along the coast, or a lot of events along the coast for those of you who still haven't gone back to work or school. And then, of course, tomorrow, Manhattan Beach Open as well. So get out and enjoy all these activities. So we see there, we've got some rain around the southwest. It's all associated to the monsoon storms. For us, it's fairly dry. And temperatures falling below average. 95 is the average for those of you in the Inland Empire. And we're below that today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday we get close to that. And then we go above it Tuesday, Wednesday too. Triple digits coming back. LA Basin, 3 days of 80s, and then we go up to the 90s again.
WOC is trying to calm public concerns about a surveillance network by rolling out guardrail scoring. The company has cameras all over the United States that read license plates, which police departments use to search a database in the name of law enforcement. But there have been several reports recently of officers abusing the system and using it to do things like track romantic partners. WOC is now requiring all customers to use an audit tool and must now input a case number to justify each search. The online dating platform Bumble is betting that a shift in strategy will improve its bottom line. Bumble was built on the idea that women should send the first message to men, but now, after a massive stock decline, the platform is opening it up so all users can send that first message. The company's statement noted a survey of women, of which 66% prefer men make first message contact. After announcing the shift in messaging, stock prices rose 5%. There is a winner for the $1 billion Powerball jackpot. The winning ticket was sold at this Hy-Vee convenience store in Quincy, Illinois. The ticket holder has not been identified and can remain anonymous in Illinois if they so choose to do so. Wednesday's jackpot was the first worth $1 billion since $1.8 billion was up for grabs late last year. President Donald Trump has made his mark on the nation's capital, from refurbishing old monuments to planting new ones. But according to one congresswoman, there's a monument that's failed to get the attention it deserves, and she wants the National Park Service to explain why. Cassie Simeon has more from Washington.
Just down the block from the U.S. Capitol is this historic building, the Belmont Paul House and Museum, named after two women suffragists, Alva Belmont and Alice Paul. For years, it was the headquarters of the National Women's Party, a key organization in the women's suffrage movement. It was designated as a national monument a decade ago.
This monument tells a story. It tells the story of women who fought for equality and the right to vote.
But Democratic Congresswoman Valerie Foushee of North Carolina claims the monument has not been given the attention other monuments receive.
It just seems that it's neglect, that there's not the same type of respect or importance given to this monument as has been given to other national monuments.
Foushee wrote to the National Park Service after a constituent voiced concerns about the monument's condition, including the lack of permanent signage. Foushee called the current state of the monument, quote, inconsistent with the significance of the site.
All I'm asking is for the same kind of consideration of any other monument, that there is an audit done to determine the conditions of some of the exhibits, to determine whether or what the plan should be to make those repairs or to modernize, and then let Congress be responsible for making sure that it happens.
A National Park Service spokesperson who insisted on anonymity would not confirm receipt of the letter, saying only while we do not comment on congressional correspondence through the media, the Department of Interior takes all correspondence from Congress seriously and carefully reviews each matter. Spectrum News also inquired why the monument is only open 3 days a week with limited hours, while other national monuments in Washington are open 7 days a week. That same unnamed spokesperson said the Belmont Paul Women's Equality National Monument is open Friday through Sunday to align with visitor demands while ensuring the responsible stewardship of this historic site. Concentrating public access during the days of highest visitation allows the National Park Service to provide a high-quality visitor experience while protecting the building and its nationally significant resources. The Trump administration has showed renewed interest in the care of and displays at museums and monuments across Washington. Foushee didn't blame the Trump administration for the state of the Belmont Paul site, but said it's Congress's responsibility to ensure proper care and attention is given to the monument. In Washington, Cassie Simeon, Spectrum News.
It is an upswing for the markets after a few days of uncertainty. The Dow and S&P both made double-digit gains. The Nasdaq made the biggest rebound, ending up more than 200 points, finishing this Thursday in the green.
We empower our communities by keeping them informed 24/7. I'm Ann Alvarian, reporter, Spectrum News 1. Always SoCal, always local, always on.
Your business needs data to reach and serve your customers, but not all data is created equal. At Spectrum Reach, we provide businesses with the data they need to advertise effectively. With first-party viewership insights from over 30 million homes and third-party data from over 70 partners, you can be confident your message reaches the right customers with precision. Whether you're targeting on a zip code level or nationwide, Spectrum Reach takes care of businesses, so businesses can take care of their customers. Visit SpectrumReach.com to start advertising today.
Hi, I'm Jay Jackson. For almost 20 years, Abacus Life has been purchasing life insurance policies for seniors. And in just seconds, you can use the free calculator at abacuspace.com to learn what your policy might be worth.
The premiums were getting unreasonable. We just didn't need the coverage anymore.
Don't sell or lapse your policy without going to abacuspace.com first. There are no fees and no obligations. Get the real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus.
What's Spectrum One? It's internet, Wi-Fi, and mobile working together as one. That means it's faster Wi-Fi on your phone.
It's boosted speeds for streaming whatever, whenever.
Let's go! And it's secure internet.
It's keeping kids like us safe online.
And it's getting free mobile for a year.
It's spending our money on better things.
Spectrum One. It's internet, Wi-Fi, and mobile working together as one. Learn more at spectrummobile.com.
Still all across Southern California here. Showed this earlier, but you're still seeing the clouds over this one. Strawberry Peak, San Bernardino County, a lot of the peaks there from up on top. You can see those clouds. Okay, so where are these clouds coming from? Well, you might think it's coming from monsoon storms. I mean, that's where we've been seeing it over the last several days. So generally that's coming from the southeast. There's certainly a lot of monsoon storms still in the southwest, but actually these clouds are coming from the southwest. So zoom on out and you'll see right here. Remember I showed you a couple of tropical disturbances we were following? So sort of the outflow of this from what has now become the tropical storm Hernan. Now, Hernan's showing winds about 45 miles per hour, but I want to focus on Lala because Lala is what's going to be headed towards the Hawaiian Islands. So 45 mile per hour winds here as well. We'll put the storm track in motion, and this is why Hernan, not much of a concern here because it's just going to fizzle out to become a rubbing low in the next few days. But this, Lala right here, coming close to the Hawaiian Islands. It may stay south enough where it won't get the brunt of it, but it will still have some impacts, at the very least some strong winds, already picking up in Honolulu today and tomorrow, and then more thunderstorms coming here. But I think the Big Island will be first to get some of those thunderstorms even as early as tomorrow or even Friday. Friday, which is tomorrow. Now, departing from normal, as you can see here, all across the area, the low average in parts of the west, including up in Billings, where it's 71 degrees, LA's at 83, Vegas at 93. So even Las Vegas enjoying a nice cool down, cool down, right? Because it is still hot, but it is below the triple-digit mark. Now, let's take a look at the next 7 days here. This is San Gabriel Valley. We'll go 87 tomorrow. 95 is the average. We'll slowly get up there to 95 on Monday. Then above that, to upper 90s on Wednesday. Orange County Basin, we'll get to more average temperatures right around Sunday. So cooler than average for the next couple of days. Then we'll get to 90 Tuesday, Wednesday. Santa Clarita Valley, you've got some hot temperatures coming next week. We'll be back into the 90s. And high deserts, I've got triple hits coming your way again starting Monday.
Your sports brought to you by GMC.
The Dodgers are feeling pretty good after finishing off a series sweep against the Kansas City Royals, and last night's win was all thanks to a 2-run homer by superstar Shohei Ohtani. Watch this.
Back to Shohei for a second time. First pitch, he goes the other way. This ball is gone.
Unbelievable. That was Shohei Ohtani's 27th home run of the season. Just one of the 3 the Dodgers had last night. Ohtani's 2-run home run flipped the scoreboard in the bottom of the 3rd. The boys in blue never gave up the lead. There was one scare last night, though, when Freddie Freeman took a rough fall in the dugout. It happened when he was trying to catch a foul ball. Freeman stayed on the field for the rest of the inning, but left the game before the 9th. After the game, he told reporters he's sore in several spots, but is doing everything he can to try to play tonight. And that's a good thing, because this evening brings possibly the biggest series of the season as the Milwaukee Brewers come to town. It's a heavyweight fight at the top of the National League standings. Roki Sasaki is on the mound as the Dodgers hope to continue their winning streak. First pitch is set for 7:10 over on our sister station, Sportsnet LA. All right, just imagine this, a book club, but for food. Twice a month at meetups in Long Beach, a group gathers to sample restaurants, bars, and cafes. It's all about making new friends and, of course, talking about the food. And tonight we'll join them on the SoCal scene.
Do you know what you want yet? Okay, fried chicken sandwich. We're called lacquered because I do 12 different signature dipping sauces, so you can lacquer up your chicken with any of your dipping sauces. I've been here for 8 years. It's a SoCal comfort food. So I'm Vietnamese, born and raised here. So I got a little bit of the Vietnamese fusion to some fried chicken and hand-cut fries. I'm a kind of a one-woman show with one assistant here. So I'll answer the phone, do the register, work the line. The restaurant don't open if Diana don't work here. Yeah. Fried chicken sandwich, you want it regular with honey mustard or spicy? Right.
Long Beach Food Club is a community. The idea is that the community goes around and supports restaurants around Long Beach. Not just restaurants either, bars, bakeries, cafes. We describe ourselves as a book club, but for restaurants. Today we're at Bluff Park. Bluff Park is a long stretch of park along the ocean in Long Beach, and we're having a picnic. So I picked 3 restaurants that are walking distance from the park. People go to the restaurants, get their to-go orders, come to the park, enjoy some music, hang out, and have a good time. The 3 restaurants that are participating are Lacquered, Gypsy's Mediterranean Grill, and Olive's Gourmet Grocery. The club started in January of this year, 2026, and I wanted to find a way to support the community I grew up in. Long Beach has a lot of empty storefronts, and I hate seeing that. What would typically happen is a restaurant offers some sort of incentive or deal, so all the members that come can enjoy that deal. They have a little incentive to come. And after the event itself, all the members mingle, they interact, they meet each other. Our happy hours go for an hour and a half. Our restaurant ones go for 3 hours. They often stay way past that time.
I have been to maybe 10 of them or so. I missed
a few here and there, but I've been to as many as I can. The first one I went to was actually here. It was in the park, and there was probably like 10 of us. And we all like sat around the circle and like talked about what we got and rated it, and really fun. It's definitely grown a lot. Everyone's always like willing and happy to start a conversation and make a new friend.
If you want to join the club, well, you have got to watch the SoCal scene. That'll be tonight, 9 o'clock, right here on Spectrum News 1. Thank you so much for putting your trust in us here on the Rush Hour. I'm Parker Collins. Have a great rest of your Thursday night. The news continues in just a moment.
Do you have a work injury? D2LA Law Group, California's top injury law firm. We only get paid if you win. Text Injury Help to 40222 or visit us online at calldowntown.com. Message of data rates and usage may apply. Ad is brought to you by Fareed Yakuto, Esquire, Downtown LA Law Group, SB number 282476, 540 South Santa Fe, Los Angeles. This ad doesn't constitute an attorney-client relationship. Previous results do not guarantee the same outcome. Visit us at calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com.
Get 0% APR for up to 48 months or 750 customer cash in the purchase of a new 2026 Sportage.
My daughter got camper of the week.
Wow, that's a big deal. We got a big deal too.
See that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe over there? We only paid.
Nice.
Feels so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR plus 0 payments for 90 days on select models. See your SoCal Hyundai dealer.
Nissan really pushes these cars, huh?
Oh, yeah.
We run help a friend to move scenarios?
All the time.
Driveway airball? Wow. So?
There. Hurry in to the Nissan End of Summer Sales Event and see why the Nissan Rogue is #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims or get $4,500 customer cash on select Rogue or Frontier trims.
Push Rashti, Top Beverly Hills Cosmetic Dentist.
Good evening, I'm Chase Beach. Here's your Spectrum News 1 update. California regulators vote to approve Charter Communications' $34.5 billion acquisition of Cox Communications. This vote was the final step needed before the deal becomes official. Federal officials approved the merger back in February. It was first announced in May 2025. The deal creates the country's leading internet and video provider and will remain the parent company of Spectrum News. Spectrum will also become the brand within the communities Cox serves. The company will remain headquartered in Stamford, Connecticut, and will maintain a presence on Cox's Atlanta campus. The Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. is closing for 2 years. The governing board, made up of mostly President Trump's allies, voted to proceed with extensive renovations at the performing arts venue. The board also voted to add an inscription that reads, "Restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump." It voted to rename the center the Trump Kennedy Center last year, but a judge ruled Congress had to approve name changes to the institution. It remains unclear whether this closure will prompt another round of legal challenges. Now here's meteorologist Robert Santos with a look at your weather. Good evening, Robert.
Hey, good evening, Chase. One of the things I noticed is that the beaches aren't as packed. Yeah, and because a lot of people have gone back to work and school. You can see out here we're down to the beach. Sunshine coming in the latter part of the day. We had a lot of clouds coming across Southern California today. Now, if you are looking at Friday's forecast because you have not much to do, we've got vacations coming up for some of you who are going back to school next week. You've got temperatures in the 70s and 60s for Friday. We're going to see very similar temperatures that we're seeing later on this evening here. So here we go for tomorrow, upper 70s and a lot of widespread 80s out there.
It's Thursday, August 13th. The rush hour is on. Time to get you up to speed on the day's top stories. And up first, advocacy organizations rallying against federal immigration enforcement across Southern California. A federal judge hearing the case where plaintiffs say officers are being unlawful. We're live outside the courthouse with a closer look. Then we're going one-on-one with the new LAUSD superintendent, talking about everything from new district-wide policies, the budget shortfall, and what it all means for the students as the new school year begins. And Southern Californians trying to beat the heat are flocking to the beach, but there's a new danger along the coast. Stingray lashings are up as the marine heat wave draws more and more to the shore. What you need to know before you head out the door. Plus, 6755 Hollywood Boulevard is getting another number 55. Dodgers legend Oral Hershiser honored today with a Walk of Fame star. We're live with an inside look at the ceremony. It's all ahead. The rush hour starts right now. Collins, it is great to have you with us. Our top story this Thursday night, immigration enforcement remains top of mind for many across Southern California as raids continue. Today, several advocacy groups were in federal court pushing back against what they call unlawful arrests, including accusations of arrests being made without warrants. Marissa Rio joined us now live in downtown with the latest on this case. Marissa.
Hey Parker, yes, today's hearing had to do with warrantless immigration arrest, but also where an immigration agent did not first conduct an escape risk assessment. And in today's courtroom, it was a packed house, but we heard from both sides, from lawyers asking a federal judge to insert a preliminary injunction to temporarily stop these types of arrests, but also from the United States government.
It's a choice to knowingly violate the law.
As immigration enforcement continues across the U.S., local community members and immigrant rights groups rallied outside the Los Angeles federal courthouse ahead of an immigration hearing. Civil rights groups are asking a federal judge to temporarily stop what they call unlawful immigration arrests, where federal agents detain someone without a warrant and without first conducting an escape risk assessment.